then, I do hope you're all well. Now, this will be the final video of Boris Johnson's former ethics advisor. And after being chewed up by John McDonald, and I could have picked a few more, but, you know, dunking on a wet blanket can get a bit trying and it's a bit painful. But anyway, as the meeting was drawing to a close, our chairperson was just about to, William Ragg was just about to put it to a close. Then Tory MP David Jones piped up and wanted to ask about our former ethics advisor, who kept repeatedly saying, "I'm doing my best, and so can you all stop picking on me," notion. And it was getting quite painful. But I have to say, David Jones was having none of it.
Our session, and I'm very sorry, Mr. Jones.
Forgive me, Chairman. I'd like to ask a question as well about the statement that you made several times during this evidence session. You've used the words, or a variation of these words. I'm trying my best to work with what I've got.
Mm-hmm.
I think several of my colleagues will find it frustrating that you have not made any recommendations whatever as to how we might improve what you've got to work with. Mm-hmm. It seems to me that...
Well, that's... sorry.
No, forgive me. I think it's quite important that the purpose of this committee is to consider public administration and to consider ways in which it might be improved. We'd rather hope that we might have had some assistance from you in this session today. And in fact, all that you've said studiously and repeatedly is that it's not your role to offer such advice or to express any such opinion. Don't you think it really is your role to do that?
I do have a new power, which of course is to engage in considering the ministerial code. I didn't have that before, but I'm now a partner in the process in developing the ministerial code and future iterations of the code.
More word salad.
Again, I do believe that the policy aspects of the code are very importantly residing with government, and that it is important that publicly and openly government brings those proposals forward for me to operate and implement. My new role will allow me to consider the extent which new machinery can be made to work. And as an echo of Mr. Stevenson's question on statutory machinery, that would be a good example where I could bear down on the proposal to make sure that it added up and could be made to work.
All sounds wonderful, but that's an answer to another question, you prat.
Yes, you made that clear repeatedly. But you refused to comment at all on the recommendations of the Committee on Standards in Public Life when you have a unique opportunity to do so. Don't you think you should be doing that?
Well, may I suggest that, with no disrespect either to you or to the committee, but I do hold to the view that, and what the Committee on Standards in Public Life itself has called for, is that a response from government first is the principal basis upon which those recommendations can be addressed. So, and without that governmental lead, Mr. Jones, I'm simply left potentially to speculate on areas that the government may not either have considered or may not even agree with. So, as it were, from within the job, and I absolutely hear what you say about my inability to sort of speak over a government, I nevertheless think that it would be far better for me to make an assessment of the proposal once government has made it in its response to the Committee on Standards of Public Life, so that I could offer a commentary on how best it could operate. I could certainly then speak to the merits of a proposal once the government has made it.
Well, it's not so much an inability as a refusal.
Mr. Jones, if you characterise it like that, I can't do anything other than to,
agree with him.
Say that that's your use of language. I'm simply trying to assert that I believe that government has a responsibility to take a lead in this area of developing policy, and that I can now help in interpreting that for its better implementation.
Thank you.
Now, I have to say, I would probably disagree with a shed load politically with our David Jones, 100%, with him being a Tory. But on this whole thing, I totally agree with him. Lord Geidt didn't give them a crumb of information on how to basically stop Tory MPs from being absolute shits and stop picking on me because I'm doing my best and it's not being meanies to me. That's all it was, really. But so, anyway, I do hope you enjoyed it, because I thought it was absolutely spot on about it. Just contributed nothing, just an hour and a half of total word salad. But anyway, do hope you enjoy the video. Until the next time, I shall bid you farewell and take care.